Hello ladies and welcome to the channel. The greatest form of rebellion is to exist on your own terms, unapologetically. In a world where women are often expected to conform, bend and apologize for being too much or too little, there exists a rare breed that defies all expectations, the Sigma female. Unmoved by the need for approval, she carves her own path, living by a code that most can't even comprehend, let alone follow. Here's a fact. Research shows that people who set firm boundaries and stand unapologetically in their truth are often perceived as more powerful and magnetic. The Sigma female embodies this principle in every aspect of her life. She doesn't shrink to make others comfortable, nor does she apologize for embracing her complexity, intelligence, and independence. But what exactly are the things a Sigma female will never apologize for? Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover is not just a list, it's a manifesto for anyone who dares to live boldly without regret. Number 1. Outgrowing people with no regrets. A Sigma female is constantly evolving. She's not content with stagnation or the comfort of staying in one place, whether that's a mindset, a relationship, or an environment. As she grows, she naturally outgrows people, and that's something she doesn't apologize for. She understands that personal growth often means leaving behind those who no longer align with her journey. It's not a matter of superiority or arrogance. It's about alignment and progression. Some people simply can't keep up with the pace of her transformation, and rather than hold herself back, she lets them go. This isn't a cold or heartless decision. The Sigma female values depth and connection, but she also recognizes when a relationship has run its course. She won't stay in situations out of obligation or fear of hurting someone's feelings. To her, outgrowing people isn't about being ungrateful for what they once brought to her life. It's about knowing when their chapter in her story has ended. She won't linger in friendships, romantic relationships, or even workplaces that no longer serve her growth. Apologies aren't necessary because she's not leaving out of malice. She's simply prioritizing her path and refusing to be chained by the guilt others try to impose on her. The truth is, the Sigma female has learned that clinging to people who don't evolve with her only stunts her own growth, so she chooses to move forward without looking back, because her focus is always on the future. If they couldn't match her pace, that's their loss, not hers. And as she moves on, she does so without regret, because nothing weighs heavier than the price of staying stuck. Number 2. Rejecting herd mentality. The Sigma female refuses to follow the herd. In a world where conformity is the norm, she deliberately stands apart. While most people find comfort in blending in and following the crowd, she finds freedom in thinking for herself. The herd mentality, where everyone moves in the same direction, adopts the same opinions, and fears being different, holds no power over her. She sees it for what it is, a trap for the mind and a killer of individuality. The Sigma female doesn't just reject the herd mentality, she actively distances herself from it. She's not interested in adopting beliefs or behaviors just because they're popular. Whether it's societal trends, group opinions, or mass hysteria, she doesn't feel the need to be a part of it. Her ability to think critically and stand on her own 2 feet makes her immune to the pressures that most people fall prey to. If everyone else zigs, she'll zag, without hesitation and without apology. What makes her truly intriguing is her ability to stand firm in her choices, even when they seem unconventional to others. She's not swayed by the need to be liked, accepted, or validated by the majority. This independence of thought can make her seem like an outsider, but she prefers that over the hollow comfort of fitting in. The price of individuality, to her, is worth it. She understands that great ideas, revolutions, and breakthroughs never come from people who simply follow. They come from those who dare to think differently, to break the mold, and to go against the grain. That's where the Sigma female thrives. Her power lies in her ability to trust her own judgment, even when it alienates her from the masses. She's perfectly content with that, knowing that true strength is often found in standing alone. Number 3. Eschewing fake positivity. The Sigma female has no tolerance for fake positivity. She sees right through the forced smiles, empty compliments, and superficial optimism that so many people hide behind. In a world obsessed with appearing happy all the time, she refuses to play along. For her, Authenticity is non-negotiable. She won't pretend to be fine when she isn't, and she won't plaster on a smile just to make others feel more comfortable. This isn't about being negative or cynical. It's about being real. She knows that life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, and she doesn't shy away from that reality. When things are tough, she faces them head-on. She doesn't feel the need to sugarcoat her struggles or present a falsely positive front. To her, real strength comes from acknowledging the hard parts of life and dealing with them honestly, not masking them behind fake cheerfulness. That's why she finds the whole concept of good vibes only so shallow. It's a denial of the full range of human experience, and she wants no part of that. People might find her bluntness off-putting, but the Sigma female isn't here to make everyone feel comfortable. She's more interested in truth than in appearances. This attitude doesn't mean she walks around with a dark cloud over her head. It just means that when she's happy, it's genuine. And when she's not, she's unapologetic about it. By rejecting the pressure to always be positive, she stays grounded in reality. It allows her to form deeper, more meaningful connections with those who appreciate her honesty. She understands that real growth comes from embracing all of life's ups and downs, not just the highlights. For her, authenticity trumps false positivity every time, and she wouldn't have it any other way. Number 4, outshining others without intention. A Sigma female naturally stands out even when she's not trying to. Her quiet confidence, intelligence, and undeniable presence make her impossible to overlook. She doesn't seek the spotlight, but it often finds her. This can make others feel uneasy, especially those who crave attention and validation. While some people put in effort to be noticed or admired, the Sigma female does nothing but remain true to herself, and yet, she still manages to outshine those around her. This unintentional brilliance can create tension. People may interpret her calm self-assurance as arrogance or mistake her independence for aloofness. The truth is, she doesn't owe anyone an apology for being herself. She's not trying to be better than anyone, but she's also not dimming her light to make others feel comfortable. Her focus is on her own path, her own growth, and her own goals, not on whether someone feels overshadowed in her presence. It's not that she lacks empathy, but she refuses to play small. The Sigma female understands that by embracing her full potential, she might inadvertently expose others' insecurities or inadequacies. That's not her problem. She's not responsible for how people perceive her or how they measure themselves against her. This silent yet powerful energy she carries makes her both admired and misunderstood. Some might envy her for it, while others are drawn to her strength. Either way, she doesn't apologize for who she is. If her success, intelligence, or presence makes others uncomfortable, that's their issue to resolve, not hers. The Sigma female will continue to be herself, unapologetically bold, without concern for who feels small in her shadow. She's not here to dim her light to make room for anyone else. Number 5, embracing complexity over simplicity. A Sigma female is complex, and she embraces that fully. She's not the kind of person who can be easily categorized or understood at first glance. There's a depth to her that refuses to be boxed into a neat label, and that complexity is something she not only accepts, but values. She knows that society often tries to simplify people, especially women, into one-dimensional roles, whether it's the nurturing caretaker, the seductive siren, or the hard-working career woman. The Sigma female defies all of these expectations. She can be fierce one moment and gentle the next, logical yet deeply intuitive. She moves between these different aspects of herself with ease because they're all part of who she is. This makes her hard to predict, and that unpredictability can make others uncomfortable. People often want her to fit into a role they understand, but she refuses to limit herself just to make others more at ease. The Sigma female won't apologize for being difficult to define. She knows that her complexity is a strength, not a weakness. She's a blend of qualities that might seem contradictory on the surface, but come together to make her who she is. This layered identity makes her all the more intriguing, but it also means she's misunderstood by those who prefer things to be black and white. She's not interested in simplifying herself to fit someone else's narrative. In a world that values simplicity and conformity, her complexity stands out, and she loves it that way. She won't apologize for confusing people who don't take the time to understand her because she values her multidimensional nature too much to compromise it. If her complexity is too much for some, that's not her problem. She's committed to being fully herself, unapologetically in all her layers. Number 6. Unveiling uncomfortable truths. The Sigma female is known for speaking the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. She doesn't believe in sugarcoating reality or tiptoeing around people's feelings. If something needs to be said, she says it, regardless of how it might be received. This doesn't mean she's cruel or harsh, she simply values honesty over preserving fragile egos. In a world where people often hide behind polite lies and superficial pleasantries, the Sigma female stands out for her unapologetic directness. When she speaks, it's with purpose. She's not interested in small talk or meaningless conversations. If she offers an opinion or a piece of advice, it's because she feels it's necessary, not because she's trying to impress or flatter anyone. This ability to confront reality head-on can be jarring to those who prefer to avoid difficult truths. But the Sigma female doesn't concern herself with making others comfortable. She's here for growth, not comfort. Her brutal honesty is rooted in a deep respect for truth. She believes that only by facing the facts can people truly grow and improve. If she sees someone heading down the wrong path or stuck in a cycle of self-deception, she won't hesitate to call it out. She's not afraid to ruffle feathers if it means breaking through illusions. This can make her polarizing. Some people admire her for her candor, while others find it intimidating or confrontational. But she won't apologize for that. The Sigma female understands that people often hide from the truth because it forces them to face their flaws. She's not interested in coddling anyone's insecurities. If the truth hurts, that's a necessary part of growth. In her eyes, avoiding the truth is far more harmful than any discomfort it may cause. Number 7. Walking away from unworthy relationships. The Sigma female doesn't waste her time on relationships that don't serve her growth or peace. She's fiercely independent and values her personal freedom above all else. So if a relationship, whether romantic, friendship, or professional, starts to feel like a drain or becomes toxic, she won't hesitate to walk away. She's not interested in staying out of obligation, guilt, or fear of being alone. For her, relationships are meant to enhance her life, not hold her back. This ability to walk away without regret often shocks people. While others might cling to relationships out of fear of the unknown or because they've invested so much time, the Sigma female doesn't operate that way. She understands that time spent in an unworthy relationship is time wasted. She would rather be alone than remain in a situation that no longer aligns with her values or growth. It's not that she doesn't care about the people in her life. On the contrary, she values deep connections. But she also knows when it's time to let go. She won't apologize for cutting ties when someone no longer respects her boundaries or adds value to her journey. The Sigma female doesn't do emotional dead weight, and she won't carry the burden of someone else's insecurities, manipulations, or lack of respect. Her willingness to walk away doesn't come from a place of coldness, but from strength and self-respect. She knows her worth and won't settle for less than what she deserves. If the relationship isn't helping her become a better version of herself, she sees no point in holding on to it. And when she leaves, she doesn't look back. She's focused on her future, unapologetically, knowing that she owes herself the best and won't settle for anything less. Number 8. Unconventional path to success. The Sigma female isn't interested in following the traditional path to success. While others may feel pressure to climb the corporate ladder, follow society's rules, or adhere to a set plan, she chooses to forge her own way. She understands that success is deeply personal, and what works for others won't necessarily work for her. That's why she often takes an unconventional approach, one that may seem confusing or even reckless to those watching from the outside. Her path to success isn't linear. She's not afraid to take risks, change directions, or start over if she feels it's necessary for her growth. She listens to her intuition, trusts her instincts, and isn't swayed by what society deems the right way to do things. This makes her journey unpredictable, and many people don't understand how she operates. But the Sigma female doesn't care about external validation. She's not living her life to please others or to fit into their expectations. Her focus is on long-term fulfillment rather than short-term gains. While others may be chasing titles, money, or status, the Sigma female seeks purpose, freedom, and a sense of meaning in her work. She measures success by her own standards, not by the benchmarks society sets. If that means taking a less conventional route, whether it's starting a business, pursuing a passion project, or even walking away from a high-paying job, she'll do it without hesitation. She's not afraid to disrupt the norm, even if it means facing criticism or skepticism. In the end, the Sigma female knows that true success is about living authentically and on her own terms. She won't apologize for her unconventional choices because she's building a life that reflects who she truly is, one that brings her genuine satisfaction. Number 9. Prioritizing intelligence over social niceties. The Sigma female prioritizes intelligence over social niceties without a hint of apology. In a world that often values surface-level interactions and pleasantries, she stands firmly rooted in substance. She's not one to engage in small talk or pretend to be interested in trivial conversations just to fit in. Instead, she craves deep, meaningful discussions that challenge her intellect and provoke thought. For her, the exchange of ideas is far more valuable than adhering to social conventions that often feel superficial. This preference can make her seem blunt or even abrasive to those who are used to the polite, scripted exchanges that dominate social settings. While others might shy away from uncomfortable truths or avoid controversial topics for the sake of harmony, the Sigma female dives right in. She believes that real connections are forged through authenticity and honesty, not through feigned agreement or hollow pleasantries. She challenges those around her to think critically and engage with the world at a deeper level. When people around her resort to mindless chatter, she'll steer the conversation toward more significant matters. This can be refreshing for some, while others may feel threatened or uncomfortable by her willingness to tackle topics that require intellectual rigor. Moreover, her focus on intelligence also means she's selective about her social circle. She gravitates toward people who stimulate her mind and challenge her perspectives. She values quality over quantity in relationships, often preferring a small group of intellectually curious friends to a larger crowd that only engages in superficial banter. In her view, life is too precious to waste on shallow interactions. She won't apologize for expecting more from her relationships or conversations. If that means ruffling some feathers or making others uncomfortable, she sees it as a necessary trade-off for genuine connection. The Sigma female stands firmly in her belief that intelligence is not just a preference but a priority, and she embraces it unapologetically. Number 10. Refusing to play emotional games. The Sigma female refuses to play emotional games, and she doesn't feel the need to apologize for it. In a world where relationships are often laden with manipulation, drama, and unspoken rules, she stands apart with her straightforward approach. She values authenticity and transparency, and she's not interested in the emotional chess matches that so many people engage in. For her, love, friendship, and collaboration should be grounded in honesty, not in strategic maneuvering or emotional manipulation. This refusal to play games can be unsettling for some. Many people are accustomed to navigating relationships with a mix of passive aggressiveness, hinting, and indirect communication. They might use emotional tactics to gain control or to elicit certain reactions from others. The Sigma female, however, calls out this behavior for what it is: childish and counterproductive. Instead of participating in this cycle, she chooses to confront issues directly. If something bothers her, she addresses it head-on, without beating around the bush or playing coy. Her straightforwardness often catches people off guard. While some may initially appreciate her honesty, others might feel exposed or challenged, particularly if they're used to hiding behind emotional games. The Sigma female doesn't back down. She firmly believes that real relationships should be built on trust and mutual respect. If someone can't handle her refusal to engage in emotional manipulation, she's perfectly fine with letting them go. She also recognizes that emotional games can create unnecessary drama, and she has no patience for that. Her emotional landscape is clear and uncluttered, allowing her to maintain her peace of mind. The Sigma female understands that true emotional maturity lies in owning one's feelings and communicating them openly. She won't apologize for demanding that same level of authenticity from others. In her world, emotional honesty isn't just a preference, it's a prerequisite for any meaningful relationship. And she's not willing to settle for less. In a world that often pressures individuals to conform, the Sigma female stands as a beacon of authenticity and strength. She embodies the essence of self-reliance and refuses to apologize for her choices. Whether it's prioritizing intelligence over social niceties, walking away from toxic relationships, or confronting uncomfortable truths, her unapologetic nature allows her to navigate life on her own terms, embracing her complexity while rejecting emotional games that cloud genuine connection. The Sigma female's journey is not merely about being different, it's about being true to herself. She challenges societal norms that dictate how women should think, act, and relate to others. By valuing honesty, independence, and intellectual depth, she paves a path that others may find difficult to understand, but ultimately inspires those around her to seek greater authenticity in their own lives. Ultimately, the Sigma female is a reminder that strength lies in embracing one's uniqueness and standing firm against external pressures. She teaches us that we don't have to fit into predefined boxes or play by someone else's rules. Instead, we can carve our own paths, prioritize what truly matters, and forge connections that resonate on a deeper level. In doing so, she invites everyone to reflect on their values and encourages them to live with the same unapologetic authenticity that defines her existence. If you connect with the unapologetic strength of the Sigma female, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Join our community for thought-provoking content that challenges norms and celebrates individuality. Don't miss the chance to explore insights that inspire growth and meaningful conversations. Hit that subscribe button and embark on this extraordinary journey with us. Thanks for watching, and bye.